Thank you. Okay, come on up, guys. Yeah, sure, that's why there's two. We get both mics going? Yep.
Hello?
Red's working?
Oh, that's working. Where's
And can we reset the timer, please? Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. My name is Derrick. This is Jeremy. And not long ago, I quit my job in investment banking, and my co-founder quit his job in consumer packaged goods to co-found Tunezy. Tunezy is an online platform for independent musicians and their fans. And we want to rethink the record label model by leveraging concepts like gamification and crowdsourcing and allowing fans to participate in the success of musicians.
People just don't buy music anymore. You can take a look at that graph, and you can see that for the last decade, there's been a steady and strong decline in music sales. So the record label industry has traditionally made their money through music sales. What they've done to combat this decline is they've created 360 deals. 360 deals allow a record label to take a portion of every form of revenue that a musician earns. So what this means is they're taking way too much money from musicians. Meanwhile, they haven't got back up to where they used to be, and the business model just isn't working. So looking at the 5 major services traditionally offered by the record label industry, new players have come in, but the only successes have really been in sales and distribution. These are companies like iTunes and Amazon.com. Still, there are huge gaps from discovery all the way through to management, and by making use of online emerging trends, a company like Tunezy can fill those gaps. So these trends I'm talking about are new distribution channels like YouTube, social media, things like Twitter and Facebook and the like, crowdsourcing, which is making use of a mass amount of fans to generate content, and gamification, which is taking a concept, adding game elements to it, and generating value that way. When you take these emerging trends and focus them on the music industry, that's when you get Tunezy.
So what exactly is Tunezy? Tunezy, as mentioned before, platform for independent musicians and their fans, and fans can participate in the success of musicians. How does it work? We have an innovative proprietary virtual currency that we call notes. Here's how it works. 1, fans can earn notes by engaging with music, listening to the music, sharing the music. 2, fans can tip musicians with these notes. 3, musicians exchange notes for products and services. And 4, when musicians are out of notes, they go back to their fans and ask for more. So this creates the cycle that you see there, a cycle that leads to increased engagement, loyalty, and incentive, and ultimately increased activity. So let's take a look at the platform. This is Tunezy, and this is a live screenshot. We're currently in private beta, but these are musicians who have signed up so far. So as you can see, it's a very visually appealing site, and we use data to help understand, okay, what type of music do we think our users like, and we curate interesting content to these users. Here is an example of a profile. So we actually use the YouTube API, so we're not taking on any of the data ourselves. We build it on top of the YouTube API, and we try to bring the profile to life by adding very social elements to these profiles. And we talked a lot about engagement and helping musicians. How exactly does this work? So this is actually my profile. The heart represents becoming a fan. After you become a fan, you can tip musicians. So wouldn't it be cool if you knew that the last 50 notes that you tipped your favorite musician helped them get studio time, or the last 100 notes helped your other favorite musician get exposure? This is a type of engagement that we have on our site, which does not exist on any other social music platform. And the great thing is we want to create a cool experience for fans as well. So we have a player on the left-hand side. You can listen to music passively and keep surfing the site. This is a function that YouTube does not have. And you can engage with the content by going into watch mode and watch the video.
Now, to actually drive traffic to the website, we've created something called musician partnerships. So this is just a small sample of the actual partnerships we've generated over the last couple months. But to take you through a quick example, this is David Choi. David Choi is the 14th most subscribed musician on YouTube of all time. He has over 1 million YouTube subscribers. 80% of those subscribers are directly in our target market base between 13 and 24. And what we've done with him is we've come into an agreement whereby he will film an exclusive video strictly on the Tunezy website. And if we can drive even 5% of his YouTube subscribers to our website, just like that, we have 50,000 new users. And that's just one partnership.
So we've talked a lot about the platform and about how we're going to get users. Now the question is, how do we make money? So the first bucket is virtual goods. So we're actually going to allow fans eventually to spend their notes on cool experiences like a Skype conversation with a musician or a virtual concert. Let's say David Choi has a concert tonight and you only have 10 notes and the concert costs 500. You don't have enough time to sit there to earn all those notes. So what do? You pay. So we plan on selling notes on the website for small amounts of money, $1, $2, $3, amounts that our target market can afford. Second is music service partnerships. So we've partnered with service providers. So for example, we partner with a licensing company, and what they do is they help musicians get their music into film, TV, advertising, video games. To give an example, General Motors recently paid 50 grand to use a song from an independent musician. The musician keeps half, and the remaining half is split between us and the licensing company. So that's the second. Third is affiliate sales. So something really cool we're working on right now with the company is, imagine you're on Tunezy, you're listening to music, you're earning notes, and once you get to 100, you get a pop-up reward saying, congratulations, you've earned your first 100 notes, here's a free MP3 download. So the company we're currently working with is one of the top music distribution companies in the world, and we think that we actually share 50% of revenue with that company. So here are some competitors. What makes us very different is that we have both an audio and video experience on our platform. None of our competitors have gamification, so that makes us very different. And one of the most important is we reward fans. So when you're on YouTube, you're listening to a song, you get the enjoyment, and that's really what you get. You do that on Tunezy, you get rewarded as a fan. You get MP3 downloads, you can engage with your musicians. Couple that with a really cool user experience and user interface, and you have a product that is able to compete in the competitive social music space. So I quit my job not long ago. We actually started in January, and we've made some significant traction. We've made some pretty cool business development partnerships with distribution companies, studio service providers. I was actually just in LA. CAA, the world's top agency who represents Justin Timberlake, John Mayer, interested in using our platform to discover new acts, to go on tour with some of their bigger acts. We actually won first place at the National Business Technology Conference in March against 32 other startups. We've been featured on Tech Vibes, BetaKit, BlogTO, and very important to us, it's the people. We've surrounded ourselves with some pretty cool people. David Lukács, who is an investor and sits on our board, is actually business partners with Gene Simmons. Aaron is a former MySpace manager in Silicon Valley. Atul, one of our advisors, was formerly VP Technology at Research in Motion, and Randy Stark was former VP Marketing at Warner Music Canada. So clearly people are very, very important to us, so I'd like to end off with the people. So I actually built the largest sheet music sharing community on the internet when I was in high school with over 50,000 users. Brandon, my co-founder, focuses on operations. He has over 5 years of operations experience at Kraft Foods. Rahil, our developer, has been developing since he was 10 years old. Gloria, who literally just joined us yesterday, runs our social media. And prior to joining Tunezy, she ran social media at TD Bank and at ING. Jeremy, who I call our rainmaker of music partnerships, builds partnerships with musicians. And Cheryl, who runs our marketing, has over 4 years of marketing experience at consumer brands like HBO, Microsoft, and Clorox companies. So these are some of the cool companies that we've all worked for. Take our team, couple that with a market that's ripe for disruption and an innovative product, and you have a product, Tunezy. It's a product that's really going to hit all the right notes. Thank you very much.
Jeff.
Thanks, Peter. So the revenue model is pretty unclear to me. Just help me to understand how you guys are going to make, so you talked at a high level about how you're going to make money, but can you bring it down to real practical terms? What type of user base, fan base do you need to have, and what kind of revenues will that generate, and how does that compare with what you currently have?
Yeah, so this is a breakdown of our projections for revenue. So really what's important is the user base. Part of our strategy to get those users is through these partnerships. It's a chicken and the egg problem. So our plan to solve that is partner with musicians with big subscribership on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and leverage them to bring all their fans onto our platform. So for example, David Choi has a million subscribers. If only 5% of his fan base comes to our site, that's 50,000 users. So what we're looking to do in about a year's time, so Q4 of 2013, have about 750,000 users. And because we're targeting a younger demographic, our price points for our note sales are rather low, which is what we're trying to do to make it more affordable for these users. So there's a lot of like Zynga, for example, these social games where you can play for free, but if you want to level up or upgrade, you pay a small price. That's our model, and that's what we're looking to do.
What's the motivation to buy those?
Yeah, so the motivation, there's a couple of motivations. One is,
Quick answer.
you want to be, if you want to have clout on our website, like let's say I'm a musician and I'm a big fan of this musician. If you want to be a super fan, we call them a super fan, which gets displayed on their profile. Because we're targeting younger demographic, it's all about that good feeling, that clout that you can get on the site. And you can spend the notes on cool experiences.
Okay, Valerie, quickly.
Yeah, sure. What do you think the big spark would be? It's true. It seems that you really need to build that user base. So what do you think that one spark is going, or a couple of sparks that are going to make it just soar?
So we're focusing on musician partnerships, as we said, and our goal is we've been building from the start these partnerships. The last month, we've actually developed with these huge musicians like David Choi, Alex Scoot, Clarisy. These are people with hundreds of thousands. We're doing virtual concerts with some of them and exclusive videos with others. And our opinion is that their subscribers are so loyal to them that they're going to be driven to the website.
So it's the reputation part of it that you're going
Absolutely,
for? Okay.
absolutely.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm going to cut it off there. Thank you, gentlemen.